All right, I'm gonna see how long I could talk for. I'm gonna see if I could rant for as long as possible. Yeah, welcome to the Against the Family podcast. My name is Zia Garcia. For those who have not watched, that was not scripted. I figured, listening to radio shows, that became something that I have to say because apparently it's not. It's really hard to get new people to watch you, and for like new people to start watching you. You have to have some type of intro, some type of introduction. Uh, Sorry, I have not been really consistent. I would like to do this a weekly thing, but like my comedy with stand up and my podcast, it really revolves around my work schedule because I really need to. That's the way I'm doing it. It's gotten to the point where I have to hope that. Let me turn the fan on. It's hot as fuck in my room. It's gotten to the point where you know, every week my schedule comes out. I hope it's I get a day off on the day that there's an open mic, and what makes it tough is that most of these open mics are you have to sign up a couple days in advance. So I don't even know if I'm gonna be off, and I'm signing up. Yesterday I was at Third Floor Cantina. They finally the place looks great. They added TVs and everything. Um, Third Floor Cantina up in Bryan, Texas. Yeah, go check out. Shows are now every Wednesday night instead of Tuesday night. And I did this, man. Like I got off of work at like about 9:30, like right before 9:30. I was closing up, and I decided, you know what, man? I'm so tired. And the open mic always goes up. I'm always one of the last guys to go, which is about like after 11 o'clock. And like I was, I'm saying, you know what? Fuck that. I'm a driver. I have nothing to do tonight. This is depressing. Like recently, I've been going to sleep at like 1 or 2 a.m. because I don't know what. Like somehow I messed up my sleep schedule again. I used to usually I was a guy who liked to go to sleep early and uh, go to sleep early. But early to me isn't early to a lot of people. You go to sleep at fucking 11 or 12 or at midnight. That's early to some people. But growing up with like ever since growing up, man, my dad was a hard ass. I always talk about this, and he would always like it'd be 8 p.m. or 9. He said like it's getting fucking late. Y'all better go to bed right now. And I was like, damn, Dad, why you tripping? Always like. Then like next morning, if you wake up at like 7:30 or 8, he's like, hey, look who finally decided to wake up. Oh my god. That's why I'm hard now. That's why I'm like I have resentment that I don't. Especially in like this past year of my life, I've been becoming like you realize there's moments where you become more and more like your parents, even though you say repeat to yourself growing up that you don't want to be like them. But I mean, it helps in a way, you know. When you grow up with strict parents, man, it just puts calluses on your mentality. And what I mean by that is like you go, it gives you like a different perspective where it just doesn't shit that will bother you wouldn't normally bother you, or it really affects your approach on how do you deal with things. Like I remember my final year of high school. Um, I used to growing up. My dad always gave me the. My dad only never didn't whip my ass for long. He only whooped my ass until I was 10, and then like after that, after I was my teen years, it was just some stare because he knew All he needed was that look to give me, that stare. For you could see him from that 100-yard stare. He look at you like, and you done fucked up. So during high school, I was always a pushover, but like, much more recently, I was like, I started to take less shit. So during my final year, around my final year of high school, and during high school, for some reason, I got touch funny. Not touch funny, not not touch funny in the sense of, I got molested, but like, touch funny is like, I think it still counts because I did not want it. That girls would for some reason grab my ass without, because I played football and I had like that, like a squatter's ass. I had like, I had very I had a round ass, basically is what I'm saying. And every now and then, like every time I would be in like either in the lunch line or moving up the stairs, some bitch would just go up and squeeze it, and like, and it really bothered me because ain't nothing. You're really testing my manhood. That's basically what you're doing, testing my man. Like you say, trying to see I won't say shit, or you're really trying to grab my attention on some goofy shit. And like during that final year of high school, I think I was going up the stairs. Someone, some bitch, some bitch, just walking behind me, just grab and squeeze and like, and once I got up the stairs, I moved to the side and just looked at her with that same stare my dad used to give me. That And like I realized what it did. It like said like that look you give people says 1,000 words. Like hey, like it makes it unspoken. It establishes an unspoken bond. Is what I'm saying. Is like saying, hey, that was out of pocket. Don't fucking touch. Don't fucking touch. Because I can't really say verbally. I can't say, hey, if I grabbed your ass, I should like you would have kicked me down the stairs. So what makes you think I shouldn't do that same shit to you, huh? But I can't say that, Especially I'm not very you know me, man. Like I said, I was a pushover. I wasn't really the confrontational type, which I regret to this day. You try to say you don't live with regrets, but I think that's one of the things I do regret, which is inevitable. You're gonna regret things when you look back, because hindsight is 2020. But one of the things what I'm saying is one of the things I regret is being such a pushover. Man, if I ever run into those people, I the some dude who picked on me in middle school works in the HEB in this small town I'm in. And you know how I had to restrain myself to like, hey man, how you doing? Approach him like calmly. Hey, remember that time you fucking teabagged me in middle school during a football game on PE class? Yeah, you can say you can play like. Give me one reason why I shouldn't rob you after you clock out today, huh? Give me one reason why I shouldn't fucking beat you fucking stomp you out in the back alley. leave your ass bloody by at the foot of your truck. Give me one reason why I shouldn't rob you for that trauma you caused me. But I had to refrain myself because that ain't the first time I did that shit. Like I was like the same thing happened at a gym, and like what middle I asked this dude what he looked vaguely familiar, but it wasn't nobody I knew. But I was like, hey, what middle school you went to? And he once said some other middle school. I was like, oh yeah, I thought you were one of the guys who picked. I was about to rob you after your workout. and y'all, and I know y'all probably saying like, hey man, what you tying a whole lot of shit, and I am. I'm really. Talking shit became it's my career now. And I'll deal with the consequences. I don't care. I'm still young in the game. I'm trying to find my way out. And if I tell, I would get into I would get into discussions with these people like, hey man, like remember that, like, they do that shady shit. They bring up some like humiliating moment from your past, and it was like, oh yeah, hey Z, remember that time we fucking whatever the fuck, or we beat you with a broomstick in the locker room. Those were some good times. Oh yeah, you know what? I should have slapped the shit out of you when I got the chance, and they would play. I would have said that. Matter of fact, I'll say that now. I don't care. Like I should have. You know what, man? We're talking right now where it's all cool, but back then I should have slapped the shit out of you. And I know what they was. They're like, oh man, I would have just kicked your ass. You know what, man? I would have taken the ass whooping, because that won't take away from the fact that I just fucking bitch slapped you. I would have taken the ass whooping. It would have been worth it. I should have taken the ass whooping, the annex, the fucking conversation with the police. I would have taken it all back, man. If it meant I didn't have to go through half of the shit that fucks me up to this day. No, that's why I said, like, if I get messed with, and it gets to the point where it gets hostile, like, I don't want y'all to think I'm a wannabe violent motherfucker. I want to be, I want to act gangster, because I'm really not. I'm not at all. I follow the main rule, bro. Every person who's actually been in martial arts, studied martial arts, knows you avoid a fight whenever you can. And I'm listening to those people. I'm not listening to these dudes who pick fights everywhere they go on the streets. Like, fucks no. If you can avoid a fight, avoid a fight. Some dude got jumped because he thought he was getting, like, I heard a story of some dude. I'm not gonna say his name. He got jumped because he went over to fight this dude, and he thought it was gonna be a one-on-one. But then, like, the dude showed up with like two of his other friends, and it was one-on-one for a second until it looked like he started winning, and he got jumped. And then like his like this martial arts expert asked him, "Would you did you have the opportunity to run?" He was like what do you mean? Like, when you saw that it was more than one person, more than the guy you were fighting showing up, did you have the opportunity to run? Matter of fact, even if you didn't know, that there was two other people coming, did you have the opportunity to walk away or run? It was like, yes, I guess so. Like, then you should have run. People who actually got into fights before know to fucking walk away, because they deal with contact on a daily basis. Martial arts teacher, martial artist, like, they know, like, how little it takes, because they're really seriously and all familiar with how little it takes to kill a man. So that's my style. But going back to the bitch slapping part, like, look, if it ever gets to the point where I can't avoid it, it becomes some like goofy shit, like it's that Nipsey Hussle video that from, I don't know, 3 years ago. I think like when Nipsey Hussle was at the BET Awards, and some like dude was acting up, and like there's a video of this on YouTube, and like he just bitch slapped the dude. It was a it was a loud ass pop, and the dude was just humiliated. Cause like that's why then like that's why I say, like, if I'm ever in that situation where you can't run away, that's got to be your go-to move, because basically you take something from that. I could get my ass kicked. Like, you and your three friends could stomp me out, but nothing's gonna take away from the fact that you got bitch slapped. I bitch slapped you, and a lot of people saw me bitch slap you. That, like, we talk like all this shit we're talking, and like I just it just takes something from you. Like that, you can play it off all you want to. Like, it's like, I wish a motherfucker would try to bitch slap me. I'll kick his ass. And guess what? You could kick his ass, but it doesn't take from the fact that he took your manhood in front of you. And this is not to say with like playing in football fights that when you see a fight break out in football, usually it sparks and it diffuses instantaneously because it's a quick it's then and there, and we get over it fast because it's all emotional. We understand it's all emotional. Here's how you know it's all emotional: when it's on the football field, people throw punches, headshots while wearing helmets. Who the like, you're not thinking, because why would you think it's a good idea to throw an overhand right onto someone wearing a helmet? I've been punched before. Like, it didn't work. I think it was like my freshman year of high school. Some dude said like something about my mom. I went over and like I knew, because I was really technical. I tried to punch him in the liver or something, because it was the only part that the chest plate didn't go down that far. So if you punch him in the liver, he's gonna feel that. This dude went first. I think he punched me in the side of the helmet. Then he just hit the top of my helmet like it was a fucking Congo drum. Like it was a fucking Congo drum. Bro, it's all emotional, man. But if you, but that's what I'm saying, man. Like the all that beef diffuses. It diffuses easier. But like when it comes to everyday life on the streets, you just gotta. That's basically the rule. You got, if you can run away, run away. If you can walk away, walk away. Avoid confrontation at all costs, man. You know how easy it is to kill people. Yeah. Oh shit, I gotta stop eating. Nothing sounds worse than someone eating on the microphone. I apologize to my last guest, Marlo Ray. Big things are coming for this, man. I want to expand on this. If I just had, see, the only thing stopping me from investing full time on this podcast, which I really don't want to do half time. I want to do part time part time comedy, and if that's my career, if I can make a living off that, that's a dream come true. But no, I think the only thing that's stopping me from investing fully into this podcast is maybe my truck, and the fact that I don't want to tell my parents, you know. Oh my god, man, I'm still secretly keeping this away from my parents. It like makes no fucking sense. I wish I could just tell my dad, like, Dad, I love you. I don't want to break your heart, and you're not. I don't want you to think that you're a failure for this, but I want to do comedy. You did your job. You did your job, man. I'm a grown man, and I know what I want to do in my life. And it's gonna be a struggle, but this is something I find worth struggling for. Not some desk job. Like, I mean, I love being creative, and that's why I thought, architecture was gonna be the way out. If I could become an architect, I could still create. I could still be creative and and design and everything. But I can't escape. I can't even escape comedy in the classroom. I'm a class clown, bro. Like dog, this class clown is my mind. And I should have been goofier in high school, but like I never embraced it. College is where I fucking embraced it. I am fully on embrace it, because look, I'm a loser, but I know I'm a loser now. I'm not gonna fight the fact that I'm a loser, and I'm a weirdo. I'm a fucking weirdo. And I think that combination is poison if you don't fully buy into it. Like, I was trying to fight. My younger self was trying to fight being a loser and fight being a weirdo, especially a weirdo. That was my technique. Like, try to look as little as a weirdo as you can, and you won't be as big as of a loser as you are. But no, like trying not, and then I realized, looking back, well, look, trying not to be a weirdo made me look like the biggest loser. It made me look like the biggest loser I could have been. I should have just embraced it, and I'm embracing it now. But the years of pain cost me, man. Like it just, I don't know. I don't know how to say it, man. I'm becoming more of a superstitious. I'm becoming more and more superstitious as I grow up. Yeah, like I used to not. I like to say, because I realized I'm not a superstitious guy, but this I've been saying that a lot. And come to think of it, I become more. I am pretty much superstitious. Like I don't believe in ghosts fully, but it's my unwillingness to test it. It looks like I believe in ghosts. I'm not doing that stupid mirror game. I'm not saying Bloody Mary on the dark bathroom in front of a mirror 3 times. Fuck that. Why the fuck would I summon Candyman? You watch these top 10 lists. Top 10 games you should never play alone. Not only never play, like number one was this game where you fill some type of doll with rice. You fill a doll up with rice and you play hide and go seek of it with it. Now it has to be like I don't know. I think it says something about it has to be a full moon. It has to be midnight, and you have to go hide. And you better make sure the doll doesn't find you. And like and like what pissed me off is like people that there's like recounts of people saying that the doll gets up and look for them. That shit is scary. Like I'm not gonna test that out, bro. I don't want to believe that's true because it's like I like to be scientific. And there's no evidence for it. But I'm not willing to test it out because the consequences are so dire. Look, man, like the consequence if I'm wrong trumps everything that my whole belief, my lack of belief in this shit, you know? Bro, if that doll finds me, I'm fucking dying. I'm probably gonna be like, like what's his name, Johnny Depp in the end of the Nightmare on Elm Street, just like shredded, like if I was a blender. Like you get sink down into your bed, you get shredded like a blender. You get shredded, then you go all over the ceiling. No evidence of where your body is. Not willing to test that, man. It's horrible. Also, like I talk about this. I talked about this quite a while ago. The eye. I can't deal with people looking at me no more. I can't deal with the side eye, the stare. Like, what? Stop looking at me. Stop staring. What are you looking at? Because if you're not looking at me, you're looking at me with the intention that you're going to say something, but you know you're not saying it. You're thinking it. And it's probably not positive, which is why not you're saying it. So stop fucking looking at me. Unless you're going to say something. You ever had that? You know, the like someone looks at you like they're about to start a conversation, but they don't. They just keep looking at you. Like they're on the fucking spectrum. And I am on the fucking spectrum. But I don't know if they're not. I don't know if they got the same thing I got going on. Here's what I do. One time I get so like caught up in my head that I just look in one direction, and I'm daydreaming. My eyes are forward. My eyes are forward, but I'm daydreaming, and I'm so caught up in this daydream that I forget that I'm looking. And sometimes there will be a person standing right right in my right in my sight line, and they think I'm staring at them. I'm probably having dreams of like if I was in the NFL or me doing or me if I was in First Blood Part 2 in the jungle like Rambo, like if I would hit I would get that bow and arrow, like make it out of sticks, like I infiltrate some kind of some camp and free and free my partners. Like, no. And, like, all that's going through my head. My eyes are wide open, and I forget that I'm looking because I'm so, like, my eyes are open looking forward, but I'm seeing myself in the jungle or seeing myself on a football field. And I'm accidentally like, and there's some poor couple standing right there. That's another thing. Like when you sometimes when that dirty look is on purpose is when, like, speaking of couples and that in the eye, the fucking eye. When it comes to couples, like if it's like this, I work in retail, so like every time people walk into the store, usually it'll be a couple. Now here's what I do. I always address the man first. However, if you're a woman, you always address the woman first. You always have to, like, it's just because for some reason it has to be your job now, so that they don't think the worst in you. So if a couple walks in, the man, like, and here's the worst part, you see them in the window outside before they walk in. They're happy. They're smiling. Charleston's playing in the background or some shit, and then they like all smiles. Then they walk in like, "Hi, how are you doing today?" And because I'm a guy, the guy gets some stank face on his stank look on his face. I was like, "Hey, like, motherfucker, why are you getting defensive right now? Fuck you getting? I'm talking to you. You need help shop for anything today, man? Huh?" What's with all this defensive shit? You don't gotta protect her right now. Nobody wants her right now. What are you trying to? You're being so defensive when you don't have to be. Line up, smile, motherfucker. You're alive. You're alive. Be happy. Be in a good mood. You're alive. They'll come in here and catch an attitude because you think it's some self-defense mechanism. Golly. Alright, if I could find something else to talk to y'all, I can't. I could, but we're gonna make it half hour. I'm gonna make it easy on y'all. Y'all wrap up. Y'all make it cut it short for y'all today. Don't leave my angry ass to ruin your mood. So yeah, keep looking out for the podcast. I see big things come for it. Have the lovely Kareth Foster, who I am trying to get on the show. Trying to invite her. Hopefully she accepts the invitation. I already sent her the links so she could check out the podcast if she likes what she sees. Hopefully, we can get her on. Kareth Foster was on. I don't even know what she's on, which is why I feel bad. But where I know her from is she was on the Black Phillip show with Patrice O'Neal and Dante Nero back in the mid 2000s, and like on the show she was great because she her role was basically she was great on the show. Y'all go check it out. I think it was episodes 4, 6, and 7, maybe. I don't know. It's all on YouTube. But she was great. I seen some of her public speaking. She has a TED Talk as well. Seen a little bit of her stand up, and she is excellent. So hopefully I could get her on. Please, Miss Kareth Foster, this is your invite officially. I will be performing at Liberty Station Sunday. I think there will be a show right before the open mic starts, so y'all go. So Sunday night at Liberty Station down in downtown Houston, as well as Third Floor Cantina Wednesday nights. Every Wednesday nights they move from Tuesday to Wednesday nights. So Third Floor Cantina up in Bryan, Texas, every Tuesday night. I would give you. It used to be that I have to give you an address, but motherfucker, Google Maps became free, so So you know the names: Third Floor Cantina Wednesday nights, Liberty State up in Bryan, Texas, next in College Station, and Liberty Station downtown Houston Sunday nights. Liberty Station downtown Houston Sunday nights. Y'all remember, man? All right, man. I'll leave you alone. I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all take care.